how you can leverage your Luminary list with social media in your real estate agent business. Hey, it's Chris Coffin. Welcome to Real Estate System Secrets. And this is a behind the scenes tip, technique, strategy, and tactic. Something that's very strategic and part of my systems, and also something that is a little bit more ninja, if you will, a little higher level. And I geek out on different things with regard to marketing and systems and things that work. And I get super excited about this. And so this is kind of behind the scenes, but I want to go back and talk about this. So if you've gone through the Steps to Success book, or if you've looked at some of the modules, there is, we talk about this where we've gone through this with you, your passions, and what are your passions and how do those align with your dream client, right? And then who are the luminaries in your community and in your market, right? Your target market. And this is super important because it's kind of fundamental stuff before what I'm getting ready to talk about, right? So we want to really identify who these people are in our communities, in our market, because what do they have that we don't have? Or what do they have that we want? They have something that we're trying to do. We talked about with your market report, we're trying to build your lists. And so what we're going to do is figure out how we can leverage the list that they have, which there's kind of that Venn diagram, right, where we overlap. This kind of overlap here where our passions and interests overlap with our dream clients. And when the luminaries and the interests we have in these organization come together, then it's a win-win-win, right? Because we're building our list, we're maybe volunteering, we might be sponsoring, we might be promoting, we could be doing some things to help the luminary and their cause. It might be a gala event or a capital campaign, or we might be writing a check, we could be volunteering, we could be doing a number of different things. But this is also a win for our potential clients because they see us with the luminary, and the luminary is excited because we're sharing their message with our list. So we're gonna try to combine those things. All right, so what am I talking about? I just had an event in Dallas, and I'm not gonna go into details about that, and at some point I should do that for you to help you. But in any event, I had a luminary in my community, and this is the executive director of the Rocky Mountain Biological Lab. So I'm being totally transparent here, and I'm sharing things behind what I'm doing in my business. You can go to my website, chriskoff.com, and look at my blog post. And I wrote an article about this event, and I posted it, and then I posted it on my social media, and then I tagged the Facebook page for the Rocky Mountain Biological Lab, and then I contacted my luminary, Ian Billick, who's the executive director, and I said, hey, just want you to know that I posted this on my blog, and here it is, and on my social media. And he's like, that's awesome. If there's anything I can do, let me know. All right, well, that's exactly what I was hoping he was going to say. And so I said, that would be really great if you could post this to your social media. And he responded back, oh, it's already there. Well, he could see that I tagged Rocky Mountain Biological Lab, but that was only because that's his view through social media. Even though I tagged Rocky Mountain Biological Lab, it wasn't, being displayed to all of the people that like that page, all of his constituents and all the people that are a part of his world that I want to, also get access to. And so I'm promoting him because he came to Dallas to speak at my event, and I was very complimentary in the blog post because it was a really good talk, and got really a lot of good feedback from the people that were there. So it was a win for me because I invited, and there was about 85 people that came to this event, and they, were very thankful to me for hosting the event. And, I spent between $5,000 and $7,000 to host this event. And I look around the room, that's a good thing that I've been doing this for 11 years. So the very first year I got my real estate license, I did one of these events, and I've done it ever since. So it's sometimes risky, and I have tried a lot of different things, but I'm sharing with you the things that are working. So this is a good example. So let's get back to the social media and the promotion component of this. Really? Because this is important. All right. So anyway, I responded back to him and said, no, it really would be helpful if you took the link and you posted that. And I actually did a screenshot and I showed him with an arrow where he could post it, or somebody in his organization. And then I said, if you have a question, you can reach out to Shelby. And so I gave him the exact instructions. I even put a quote in the email and said, you might say something like this: I just spoke at Chris Koff's event in Dallas. It was awesome. Great to meet so many wonderful people from Dallas that have enthusiasm about Crested Butte or something. And so he pretty much took what I posted verbatim, and I made it easy, and he cut and pasted and put that into his Facebook page. So you can replicate this same strategy with your luminaries in your community. And it may be an event, it may be an article that you write about their organization, it might be a video that you did, a video interview. It could have just been an article you wrote about promoting their gala event, or promoting their capital campaign, or promoting their big end of the year fundraiser push, or something about volunteering, or it could be a fun run, or a walk for the cure, or any of these different kinds of things. So this is why it's super duper important. Remember that we are, this is how we're differentiating ourselves to our dream clients, right? And we're standing up here on this pedestal, and we're now a trusted expert. We're online, right? And we're plugged into the community, right? So that's, and all the other real estate agents are down here. And what are they saying? They're saying me. They're sending out stupid things like calendars and magnets with the sports team schedule, and just crap. The postcard or the email campaign is all about, use me for your listing. They're not aligning with their dream clients. And that's what I want you to do so much differently. So the market report and the newsletter and the blog posting, all this stuff, and how we're repurposing that across social media, super duper important. But help us help you by engaging with some of the luminaries in your community. Think strategically about who those people are. We're wanting you to build your list. Yes, we can put a lot of this stuff online, but if you use some of these tools to align with your luminaries and get access, right? And if they post that, so I'll just use this, if they post that to their social media, then you get exposure, and there's a picture on that blog post with me and Ian, right? So we're standing there, and we've got our arms around each other's shoulders because he was at my event. So that I'm aligning with the luminary that they care about. They know, like, and trust that person. And because I'm now aligned with that person, they know, like, and trust me. Now, a couple other things that are super important. If you're going to do an event like that, which is a good idea, I should do a separate thing about just the event and going through some of the details. But one of the things that's super important, and I use Constant Contact in the event. There's an event. One of the campaign options is an event, so people can register. They can RSVP and say no, they can't attend, or they can register to attend. But it's a great opportunity for you to either. And I've had two different things happen here. I've asked it. If you send me your list, I can promote this event to your list, and then I get them into Constant Contact. So now they're in my database. Or sometimes people say, no, we don't share our list. And it's like, okay, so well, I'm going to forward an email to you with the invite that you can send to your list. And in there is a link to the Constant Contact event registration page so that you can register those people. They can put in their name and their email address. And now, guess what? They're on your list. So your luminaries, people that may not have ever known about you, and you didn't ever know about them, and you otherwise wouldn't, now they're going to attend an event, or they're going to sign up to attend your event. Maybe they don't show up, but they're now on your list. So this is a really great thing. So I'm going to use one last side note. I should probably cut it off here, but let me just say that when you look at this stuff, and let me just go back to this slide. so this is the page, right? What are your passions and interests, right? And we're talking about our passions, and we're trying to use a magnifying glass to figure out who our dream clients are. Well, have you ever gone to something that you didn't really fit into? And I'll use an example. I've been to a big time wrestling match. My brother just like, have you ever been to a big time? No. Well, let's go. And he got tickets for me and my brother-in-law and my nephew, and we all went. And I've gone to like one of those monster truck events. And I've, if you've ever been to, what was the other? Oh, a gun and knife show. Have you ever been to the gun and knife show in your area? Well, I mean, I'm a hunter and I enjoy, but you go to the gun and knife show, right? There's survivalists there. There's on the continuum, there's a lot of people that are exhibiting that are way extreme, right? And the world is coming to an end, and, you want to get your survival, and they're selling, lots of different things. But anyway, you look around at the socioeconomic demographics of any of these things, and you say, wow, I never knew this cross section of society existed. And it's an interesting study in demographics, right? Socioeconomic demographics. Because if you go to something, and I encourage you, just pick something out that's in your community that you otherwise wouldn't go to. If you said, I would never go to that, right? We'll go to it just to study it and look around. And this is what you'll find. You'll find birds of a feather flock together. And it proves the point that I've been preaching and talking about and telling you about, that it's so true. And your dream clients will congregate online and offline in places that you probably didn't know until you kind of like peek in and look behind the veil. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, here they are. Here are the dream clients that I want to do business with. These are the people that that are going to help me raise the bar, my medium level of income. So I will just tell you that, yeah, it's good to go to these things that are really extreme, that don't involve your dream clients as kind of an exercise or as a demonstration of this concept, but also be thinking about the organizations in your community that you can attend these events where your dream clients are there. And let me just say, sometimes it can be painful. It can be expensive. It can be inconvenient. You might have to try out a bunch of different things to try and kind of find where you fit. And I'll use an example. I support the music festival in my community. It's not probably I love music, but I'm not really a huge connoisseur of opera and the ballet and some of the finer things in the performing arts world. Okay. And I'm really trying hard. There was an event a number of years ago called Brats and Beethoven, and I loved it. And it was the orchestra director and the head of the music festival, would stop the music and he would say, okay, now this is what Beethoven was thinking, and this is how this is totally different, from the beginning of his writing and music to the end, or, there was something going on in his life and he wrote this, and let's play that. And he talked about it and explained it, and then they played that piece of music, and I was like, wow, that was cool. Nobody had ever done that before, right? So I really enjoyed that. The way it was delivered to me was different. So that's just one example. It doesn't mean that I don't support that organization. I don't try to align. I don't go to their events. And I'm transparent with those people too, and say, I am, learning. It's just like when my mom would make for Thanksgiving every single year turnips. And I didn't like the turnips, but I would try them every single year at Thanksgiving. And I ate them, and it was funny. I would like plop some on my sister's plate. Oh no, I don't want those turnips either. So I'm rambling here as I usually do, but I hope this is giving you some examples of some things that you can use in your business, and ways you can differentiate yourself, and ways you can get out there and align with your dream clients, and how you can leverage those dream clients, right? We want to try to expand our horizons, and this is so much more strategic and so much better than sitting around and cold calling with a telephone, right? And just doing that old school crap. All right. So what I'm instead going to do is tell you to invest your time, effort, and perhaps money. I mean, sometimes going to some of these charity events might be $200-300 per plate to go to these events. Well, let me just tell you, it's time well spent. Why? Because you're going to show up, right? And you're going to be meeting people personally that you have never met before. And this is really where I'm going to tie this all together. And what's going to happen, it's not like you're going to go around and just pass out business cards like you're some slick salesperson. No, you're going to engage. You're going to be talking about them and asking them questions and hitting the ball back over the net with like we're playing tennis, right? And when they ask you, hey, well, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, I'm a real estate agent. Really? Well, how's the market, right? That's what they're going to ask you. And then go back to what we talk about with the market report. You're going to have already knowledge about what's going on in the market. And you might say, well, the market in general, here's what's going on at a macro level. That's why we cover all the areas in your market. But then you might ask them, well, where do you live? Or what area are you in within the Denver Metroplex or the Dallas-Fort Worth area or wherever? And they may say, oh, our home is here. Oh, I love that community. I really like, and you might say something special about the community that they will, it'll warm the cockles of their heart that that there's a running trail there, a golf course there, or a park there, or there's an annual Christmas parade or festival, or something that's special about that community. And they might say, oh yeah, I love that, but I also love this and this. And then you might say, well, it's funny that you should say that because I attended that last year. I've been there, and you're now connecting, right? You're aligning, and you might then say, hey, just so you know, I do a real estate market report about your community, and I'm happy to put you on my email distribution list, right? And you might then quote, you might say, it's funny because, I just noticed in your community that there was a high watermark, a home just sold for, X $100,000 or X $1 million, or the days on market in your community are significantly lower than other areas, a testament to how great your community is, or the school district is, or something about the community. Now, see what we're doing? We're leveraging the market report. And if you give them a business card, guess what they're going to go do? They're going to go check out your digital footprint, right? I thought I had another thing I could show you, but they're going to go check out your digital footprint. And why is that important? Because that's what in the Done For You program, and our program that we're doing to help agents build out their digital footprint and have a marketing presence online. And that's why I'm coaching you right now to get out there in your community and do things offline and leverage your Luminary list and align your passions with the dream clients that you want to do business with. Do you see how this is all interrelated, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes, but we're helping you, right? And you need to help us help you by getting out there in the community and starting to be a little bit more strategic on where you spend your time and effort and money. And these events that you're going to go to, these are marketing dollars. So yes, they're talk to your CPA, and I'm sure that you can put that on your business credit card. So this is an effort in your marketing. But if you didn't have this digital footprint and all these things that we're doing behind the scenes to help you and to help agents to be looking good when people go look you up, and they will look online. They'll say, let me Google this person. Who is Chris Koff? And then, wow, they're going to be like, this is a professional. This is what they do. And if you get them on your email newsletter, you're going to start sending stuff to them every single month. So that's how this stuff kind of all works together. I know I just threw a lot at you, but I really am passionate about helping you to make a transformation in your business and stop doing the things that you always did in the past and start to do some things different. And I have a lot of these tips, techniques, strategies, and tactics in the steps to success. So, go through that as well. If there's questions about that, reach out to us and let us know. But anyway, I hope this has been informative. just under 20 minutes, so I went way over what I normally would do in this. But again, this is kind of behind the scenes. If we were, talking together, I'd be going through this stuff with you just like I am via this video. So hopefully this has been informative and helpful for you, and you took a bunch of notes, and this can be something that you can start implementing in your business today. Have a great day.